Right, I just bought my dream car, and the best part is I didn't even have to pay for it myself. Let me explain.
Now they coaches, cause they can't read all his motions. How the kid never switch codes, but he code switch focus. Staring down your team with a frozen ice cold look that can end the summer solstice. Cause I'm more like the top dog. Keep on running game and the gang will accost y'all. I be calling plays from a plane while I'm off court. But we ain't the same, you a lame, I'm a mob star.
Alright, so you know what's crazy? This picture right here is from 2017, an Audi R8 that I screenshotted and put as my background, kind of like inspo. And here we are 5 years later, and I have my own Audi R8, and I didn't even have to pay for it. Here's how I did it. And it's funny because it all started a few years ago, many years ago, when I was playing Need for Speed. I think it's called Carbon, where you had the Audi R8, and I always liked it. I don't know why. It wasn't as small as an Audi TT, and it wasn't as expensive as like a Lamborghini or Ferrari. So then fast forward a few years, I was 21, I had tried all these different jobs and trying to make more money and actually afford more stuff in life, just in general. And I had tried 15 different jobs, and none of the jobs I could find would satisfy me and feel like I was alive inside. I was always feeling like I was dying and not fulfilling my full potential and actually progressing in life, which was super frustrating. And I also knew if I wanted to have nice things and help more people and do big things bigger than outside of myself, then I needed an online business. I wanted to have a vehicle that could provide for me, my family, and make an impact in the world. I know this sounds cheesy, but I knew that business was the way to get there, but it wasn't always easy. And long story short, after trying a lot of different online businesses, I started with social media marketing. Before that, I actually did some MLMs. Not super proud of how I did those, but I learned, you live and you learn. So social media marketing, at least I could work online and help businesses and everything, but I didn't like it. I didn't feel like, man, I'm having so much fun. I get to be creatively fulfilled. Like, it was more so like I felt like I'm a slave to these businesses because they depend on me to do everything for them. All the traffic, conversions, everything, which, now I build funnels and I'm more of a part of the business instead of them relying on me to drive all the sales for them. So I started social media, then did sales funnels, and I now got to a point where I was making a few $100,000 per year and I could afford a dream car. But I wasn't sure which one. So I saw this online. It was a Porsche. I think it's a Porsche Panamera or something. And it's 51,900 euros. So about the same in dollars. So 50,000, let's say it's a 10% down payment. That's 5,000. So I'm like, okay, I can do that. And I asked my friends, what do you think about this one? And they're like, it's good. It looks nice. Yeah. If you want it, do it. If it's something that means something to you, like if you're gonna have fun with it. Business is sometimes super stressful. So why not, do something to reward yourself? And I was kind of in a place where I wanted something like more like an Audi R8. Not maybe, I don't need a Lambo, but just something that feels like it's the right thing. Not just rush it because I see this, I could buy it right now. And I even sent them a message and said, hey, can we see if I get approved? And we fill out the paper, I got approved, but something didn't feel 100% right. So I kind of put that on pause and I was like, I don't need it right now. Like, I have a long-term mindset. I've always had it. Like, even when I started my business, I knew it's going to take a while for me to thrive and actually be successful. So I have that mindset already. I don't need to buy a Porsche because, I don't know why I keep saying Porsche. I can wait a little bit, right? Like, I'm not even 30. I can buy it when I'm 30. That's a good idea. Let's buy it when I'm 30. Yeah. And then I see this. I see an Audi R8 because the marketers know with the pixels, they can track me and send new ads from car stores. And I saw this from a dealership in Turku, Åbo, which is about 5 hours from here. And I mentioned to my wife, like, what do you think about this? She's like, terrible. Yeah, no, it doesn't look good. I would prefer the family car we have. And I showed it to my friends and they're like, yeah, it looks awesome. How much is it? And I said, it's 67,000. And it's not 100K, it's not 50, it's in between. It's doable. 10% of that is 6.7 thousand and money down. And then, it's about 700 per month in recurring payments, so monthly cost. And I'm like, that's doable. It's blacked out, it's beautiful. So what's my thought process behind like making this decision? How do I know if it's a good decision or not? And this is kind of where it took a turn, and I think that there's some lessons that you can learn from this. All right, so here's my thought process behind this and the decision that I made. So I could have paid that 10% down, and actually when I reached out to them, they said, hey, if you have one person, you, applying for this, you're gonna have to pay 10,000. But if you get your wife on this deal as well, we can get it to 10% instead, and then it's 6.7. So I'm like, okay, my wife hates the car, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm not even gonna bother because it's my little toy. If it was for the family, we could do it together. But this is my toy. Besides, it's actually gonna help me get to my office and also leaving a car for her at home. So it's actually good for both of us. But if we break this down, you look at this as, okay, you got personal life and then business, right? And then in personal life, we have things that we need. This is stuff like mortgage or rent or food, diapers, electricity bills, everything. And then we have wants. So what are some things we want to invest in our family? So like we recently upgraded we bought a house 1 year ago, and then we've upgraded the garden, spent thousands on, my wife was able to build certain stuff that she wants in the garden. We have a trampoline, like all these things for our two daughters to play with. We have all these things, right? And they're taken care of, and we have a savings account. So that's already good. And then in business, we have what are things that we want to invest in for the growth of the business. And then we have minus, which is like expenses, things going out of the bank account. Could be the team, it could be taxes, it could be whatever monthly cost you have ongoing. So I looked at this and I said, we have everything that we need personally, everything that we actually want. This would be a personal thing, like, yeah, Audi R8, 10,000 down payment. I could do it, I could pay it. Is it smart right now? And here's the lesson where it comes in. Because then we look at business and we go, okay, I've invested in myself already for a few years, over 100,000 in different courses, mentors, conferences, books, coaches, everything. And I've grown it to cross over $1 million in revenue over those 5 years, which is not too much. It's 200K plus on average. Started at like 100K the first year. Now we're at maybe 300,000 per year and growing. So I've done that before ever buying something for fun. And then I also paid my team. I have more people now with the YouTube team and the courses and support and everything. So like I've done that as well. And I've also paid recently a crap ton of money to taxes. So I've done my part, okay? And so I'm like, I actually deserve this now. It's been a few years. I didn't even remember the picture from 2017, but apparently there's been a dream that I just suppressed for a very long time. And one of my good friends said something. He said, Gusten, the car is actually a mental anchor. And so when you sit in it, you feel like if you have a bad day, you're reminded that maybe you've done some good things in your life. Maybe you've actually achieved something. And when I hear like $1 million in revenue, I'm like, yeah, but I don't have $1 million. I don't feel enough a lot of times, and I have high standards. But then the car, and I sit in it, and by the way, it gets a lot of like looks, and people like, I don't like the attention around it. But when people look at it a certain way, I'm like, oh, this is special for some people. Like this is, maybe I've done some things right. And I've actually, I don't want to say like, achieved, I don't look at myself as successful, but maybe I'm on the journey of becoming successful. And so I'm like, okay, I've deserved it. Let's have some fun. Like, what's the point of making a lot of money if you don't spend it? And like, so far I've just like invested a lot of money back into the business. I can buy a $70,000 car. It's not that bad. But then it hit me, and I think this is the lesson that you can take a lot from, is I said, what if I gamify this? So let's open a new page. We have 67,000. I don't want to get my wife involved because it's my toy. It's my responsibility to make the money. And so I'm like, that's the total fee, the total price of the car. But the down payment is 10,000, okay? So that's how much I need to wire them right now. And then the rest is about 700 per month in monthly payments. And then it's gonna be paid off in a few years, okay? 10,000 down payment, and I have a business. I have multiple streams of income. And so I look at how can I gamify this and not pay myself? Maybe that's the cheap person inside of me who's like, can we gamify this somehow? So 10,000, My service is for my funnel building, where I build sales funnels for businesses, which basically just means a website sort of multi-step funnel that sells their offers. So they have a website for all the info. They have mini websites to sell their offers. So I build these websites for them, and I did charge 3,500 back then, and I increased it to 5,000 because of the demand. I have so many people I can't even like take on all the clients that I get. And so I said two clients at 5K is 10K. So then if I can make 10,000 in a week, then I don't have to pay myself. I do my thing, I start posting content, and I do some lead generation, and I get one person interested, and he's like, yeah, I would love to hire you for this funnel that we're building, and by the way, I have other projects that I'm working on as well. And so I jump on a call with him. He sent me an invoice, he says, send me an invoice of 5K, and let's get this built. And he says, I want to pay you up front because I value your expertise. So that's 5,000. And then I'm like, I show my wife, and she still thinks it's a dumb investment, but I say, but I'm not paying for it, and I'm working harder. Yes, sure. But I love my work, my business, my job. I love it. I love being creative, building these, designing, writing copy, being a marketer. Like, I love this. And so she's like, okay, you do you. Like, it's your decision, it's your car, it's your money. And then I get another one, similar price, and I make 10,000 in, I think it was 10 days. Money in the bank, cash collected up front, and now I go and visit the store, the dealership. So I go there on a Saturday, I take the train, it's 5 hours. I haven't even seen the car right in person, I've only seen images, and I've signed all the papers. Yeah, I've done all the work, I just have to go there. And when I get there, it's interesting because he looks at me, the salesperson, he looks at me kind of interesting, like I'm crazy, because I look at it for like 2 minutes. Yeah, it looks good. Let's start it. Let's take a look at it. He's like, you want to go for a test drive? Like, I'm like, no, I'm good. I already love it. I love it because for me, it's a mental anchor that this is something I've worked super hard for. And it's something that I've earned, and also at the same time, it's just a toy. So if you stole it from me today, I would be still just as happy. If you took my entire business, I would still be just as happy. And all I had to pay for this from my own money, from the down payment, was $50 for the train ticket. So now we go into the monthly payment. So we have $700 per month. And I look at my passive income streams and I say, okay, so the course isn't super passive because I update it all the time. Literally this week I've been filming so many videos. My funnel agency isn't passive because I build funnels, it's my time, and I build my team, and now I'm hiring people and I systemize it, but it's not passive. But I have one thing that's passive, and that's my affiliate commissions. So there's a lot of affiliate marketers online. Some of them promote like Amazon products, they do reviews, and they get like, I think 5 or 3% of all the sales generated through that link. And so I promote softwares, so SaaS, software as a service, and I have multiple different softwares that I promote that help people build a business online, and I use these myself, right? So we have like Clickfunnels, and we have Active Campaign, and we have like all these things, right? And so what I do is just put out more videos on YouTube to then show these tools and provide a lot of free value. And then a couple of people from those videos go and sign up for the thing because I recommend it, and I only recommend what I use. So people trust me because I'm not an affiliate marketer who push a ton of products to get those commissions. I have my own business, a real business, and then I just add the products and recommend them when I love something. And so with Clickfunnels, I'm like, yeah, I love Clickfunnels, been using it for years. And so I just make a few videos, and then people use it more, and I get more commissions. And now I've scaled it to, I'm just gonna say 4 figures because it's growing. So I don't wanna give too much specific details because a month from this, it could be completely different. But it's thousands per month, and I actually increased it by 700 per month by doing that, and now I don't have a monthly payment. And so this is my way of gamifying this whole thing. And obviously, yes, there's gonna be people in the comments saying, oh, but what about taxes? What about this? What about that? What about all these things? Guys, I'm still paying the car. I'm the one who's doing it. But instead of making 15, 20K per month, I was able to scale my business to 30K per month and a 300,000 per year business through multiple streams of income in the funnel industry. So for you, what's the lesson? I don't know. If you want to buy something, maybe have a long-term mindset. It's okay to buy nice things, but first, make sure you've earned it by not like being impatient. So first do the right things, then you can invest into having fun. Because what's the point if you're working super hard and you're not having any fun? That's it. Subscribe.
Top dog, top flow, boss mode. I'm the kingpin, showstopper, top dog, godfather. I'm the kingpin.
Shit. Vittu vad han smällde.